Hi guys, welcome to Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. I'm just going to put this on to give you a chance to come on and join our live. It's going to be an interesting one, guys. A secret grandchild. Who'd have thought it? Is it true? Is it Riley's or is it Lisa Marie's? Big questions that we need to ask.
It's no secret that Elvis was quite the player during his heyday. Questions have swirled for years about whether he had children outside of wedlock. Allegations of love children have persisted, especially after his death, despite constant denials from his estate. I mean, at least 5 people have come out claiming to be his children. One of the earliest was Desiree.
What do you think? Is this Elvis' child or not?
Then there was Deborah.
The affair didn't occur until June of '55, and it was very brief, but long enough.
In this video, we will be taking a look at each one of these claims. Elvis Presley, the Tupelo-born icon, not only left an indelible mark on music, but also on the very fabric of American culture. Known for his magnetic stage presence and a voice that could simultaneously soothe and electrify, Elvis's personal life was as much a subject of fascination as his public persona. Married to Priscilla Presley in 1967, their union was celebrated as a fairy tale, resulting in the birth of Lisa Marie Presley, the couple's only child, recognized by the family and the estate. Over the years, Graceland became a shrine to Elvis's enduring legacy. However, this piece was disturbed by numerous claims of inheritance. People began to come forward claiming they were the secret love children of Elvis. The emergence of these claims opened a Pandora's box of questions and speculation. Were there hidden chapters in the king's life? Could the man who had captured the hearts of millions have left behind more than just a musical legacy? As the world looked on, these questions hung in the air, waiting for the truth to come into the light. First, we will begin with Desiree's claim. In 1987, Desiree and Lucy DeBarban made media rounds claiming that Desiree was Elvis's daughter. During one of these appearances, they were interviewed on The Donahue Show, where excerpts from Lucy DeBarban's book about her affair with the king were read aloud.
We knelt together on the blanket. Elvis appeared unsure of himself. What's wrong, I asked. May I have you for my very own?
According to her mother, Lucy DeBarban, Desiree was conceived during an affair between DeBarban and Elvis. Lucy DeBarban, a former showgirl, said that she and Elvis had a long-running romantic relationship that began in the mid-1950s and lasted for several years.
Our love is written on the wind in heaven, Elvis said as we lay on our backs looking up at the stars. This is on a hilltop. Do you believe this? I believe. And then you pick up the paper, he's marrying Priscilla.
According to Lucy, her relationship with Elvis spanned over 2 decades, and it could have led somewhere had she not been married at the time, and had he not gone to Germany where he met Priscilla.
To my children. Then he went away to the army, and after the last time I saw him before he went away, I got pregnant with Desiree.
So the pregnancy came just prior to his departure with the army. But it was while he was in the army that the Priscilla relationship became.
Well, yes, I think he met her in Germany.
Lucy claimed that she met Elvis in 1956 in Las Vegas, where she was performing as a showgirl. The relationship, she said, was kept secret due to Elvis's career and public image. According to Lucy, their affair continued over the years, with meetings in various cities whenever Elvis's touring schedule allowed. However, her husband at the time was abusive and threatened Elvis and her when the affair happened.
The man that I was married to and had filed a divorce came back to kill me because he had heard that I was dating Elvis. This man, he didn't, and then he became famous. And then he realized that I was serious about him and he was going to kill him and my children and me. In fact, he did try to. He broke my door down and everything.
The circumstances surrounding Desiree's birth have remained a topic of speculation and controversy. Lucy DeBarban's account, detailed in her book, Are You Lonesome Tonight?, co-written with Dari Matera, offers an intimate glimpse into what she describes as a passionate yet secret relationship with one of the most iconic figures in music history. Whether these claims are true or not, the interviewer in this 1987 interview might make you question Desiree's story.
Can we just get a little closer? Is that possible to do that on Desiree? I want you to see this beautiful young woman here. I want to get that opinion. What do you think? Is this Elvis' child or not?
I am not sure, but let us take a look at a picture of Desiree next to Elvis and hear your opinion on what you think. Graceland's response was curt and dismissive, as they refused to entertain what they deemed an incredible and ridiculous claim. Yet, the story refused to fade into obscurity, leaving many to wonder about the possibility of truth behind the headlines. Desiree's claim to the Presley name still remains a topic of heated debate, a puzzle piece in the ever-evolving legacy of Elvis Presley. Besides Desiree, John Smith is one of several individuals who have come forward claiming to be the love child of Elvis Presley. According to his story, John was born out of a brief but intense affair between Elvis and his mother, whose identity he prefers to keep private to protect her privacy. He claimed to possess DNA evidence proving he was the product of a fleeting encounter between his mother and the king himself. He too wrote a book to share his side of the story titled Let the Boy Sing, Elvis is My Daddy. The book revealed details about John Smith's relationship with his alleged father. In 2013, Smith stated, "I've known that Elvis is my daddy since I was 27 years old," and claimed that Presley set up a trust fund for him and arranged connections so he could work with stars like Kenny Rogers. John Smith alleges that his mother met Elvis in the early 1960s when she was working as a waitress in Memphis, Tennessee. According to Smith, Elvis was a frequent visitor to the establishment where she worked, and they developed a close relationship that eventually became romantic. The affair was kept secret, as Elvis was already a public figure and maintaining a clean public image was crucial for his career. Smith claims that his mother discovered she was pregnant shortly after their affair began. Fearing public scrutiny and potential damage to Elvis's reputation, she decided to keep the pregnancy hidden from the public eye. According to Smith, Elvis was aware of the pregnancy and provided discreet support to ensure that both mother and child were taken care of financially. John Smith was born in 1961, and his mother, following Elvis's wishes, raised him without public acknowledgement of his father's identity. Smith asserts that despite the secrecy, Elvis remained in occasional contact and continued to provide financial assistance. However, Smith has not provided concrete evidence, including this purported DNA proof, to validate his claims, and the Presley estate has not recognized him as a legitimate heir. John Smith's claim, while stirring a mix of curiosity and controversy, remained an unresolved footnote in Elvis's complex personal history. The court of public opinion was left to weigh the evidence, or lack thereof, and the Presley estate continued to guard the gates of Graceland against claims it deemed unfounded. Deborah Presley Brando is another who has publicly claimed to be the love child of Elvis Presley. Her story is one filled with intrigue and controversy. According to Deborah, she was conceived during an affair between Elvis Presley and her mother.
I had an idea. I knew that my mom had known him before he was famous my whole life. It was just natural. I knew that she knew him when he had holes in his shoes and he was struggling.
Her mother alleged that she met Elvis in the early 1950s when they were both in Hollywood. She claimed that their relationship began shortly after meeting and that it was characterized by a deep emotional and physical connection. Deborah maintained that Elvis was charming, attentive, and genuinely in love with her, but their relationship had to be kept secret due to the public scrutiny Elvis faced as a rising star.
How old was he? 18?
He was 21.
He was 21, she was 15.
21 and she was 14 when they first met.
Your mother alleges that they had an affair at this time?
No, not at this time. The affair didn't occur until June of 55, and it was very brief, but long enough.
Deborah grew up hearing stories from her mother about her famous father. In 1989, she made headlines when she legally changed her last name to Presley and filed a lawsuit seeking to be recognized as Elvis's daughter. Although a judge ruled against her in the lawsuit, she has continued to assert her claim to Elvis's legacy. She said this of him.
I remember he was in my life up until I was about 4 when I was able to start talking. I remember him picking me up and hugging me and having my face sort of buried in his neck.
Deborah's claims are detailed in her book, Memoirs of a Starseed Child, where she recounts her mother's relationship with Elvis and her own experiences growing up with the belief that she is his daughter. Despite the lack of definitive DNA evidence to prove her paternity, Deborah Presley Brando remains a vocal figure among those who claim to be children of Elvis Presley. In the late 1980s, a decade after the King's untimely departure, Deborah took her place in the public eye, not just as a claimant to the Presley name, but as a litigant in a legal battle that would challenge the very foundations of the Presley estate. She sought recognition as the lost daughter of Elvis, a secret kept from the world by Colonel Tom Parker and the protective instincts of the Presley estate. Deborah's lawsuit was met with resistance from the Presley camp, most notably from Priscilla herself, who stood as co-defendant. The ruling that emerged was a mixed bag. While it did not outright deny Deborah's claim to Elvis's bloodline, it firmly stated that only children born within wedlock were entitled to the Presley fortune. The next person to claim to be a secret love child of Elvis was Elvis Aaron Presley Jr. He was born as Philip Stanek and claimed his mother was Angelique Dolores Pettyjohn, an actress who appeared as an extra in the film Blue Hawaii. Elvis Aaron Presley Jr. did not just claim lineage, he embraced the persona of his alleged father, performing as an Elvis impersonator, a role that blurred the lines between reality and performance. His tale of growing up in the circus, performing as a clown from the tender age of 5, added a layer of intrigue and showmanship to his claim. Yet, for all its flair, Presley Jr.'s story was met with a wall of skepticism. The absence of concrete evidence, such as a DNA test, left his assertions open to doubt. His claim, while bold and vivid, lacked the substantiation needed to sway the court of public opinion and the gatekeepers of the Presley estate. Elvis Jr. claims that he was born on December 24th, 1961, as a result of this affair. Due to the potential scandal and the impact it could have on Elvis's career, his birth was kept secret. Elvis Jr. alleges that he was placed for adoption and was later adopted by a family who raised him without knowledge of his famous parentage. He contends that he discovered his true heritage later in life through information provided by his adopted parents and other sources. Quest for recognition. Elvis Aaron Presley Jr. has pursued various legal avenues to establish his claim. He has also performed as an Elvis tribute artist, adding a layer of complexity to his claims, as some view his performances as a means of capitalizing on the Elvis legacy rather than proof of his paternity. Despite his efforts, including attempts to gain legal recognition and the use of the Presley name, Elvis Jr. has not provided conclusive DNA evidence to confirm that he is indeed the biological son of Elvis Presley. The Presley estate has not officially recognized him as a member of the Presley family. Another prominent claimant was Lisa Johansson, who surfaced in the 1990s claiming to be the real Lisa Marie Presley. She alleged that the woman known publicly as Lisa Marie was an imposter, and that she, Johansson, had been sent away for her safety. Johansson penned a book detailing her story and presented documents that she claimed proved her identity. However, when asked to undergo DNA testing to substantiate her claims, she refused, casting doubt on her assertions and leading many to question her motives. Another individual, a man named Jimmy Ellis, bore a striking vocal resemblance to Elvis, which he used to his advantage by recording albums and performing under the stage name Orion, often with a mask to conceal his identity. Ellis never claimed to be Elvis's son, but...
So, I'm going to play a bit more of this, but I just want you guys to know that I don't believe any of them. None of them are his grandkids. I don't believe any of it. But it just shows just how ridiculous things get. You know, if you're a celebrity, especially one like Elvis Presley, all these people have been over the decades coming out of the woodwork, and it's ridiculous. But I wanted to just play that whilst people come on to this live stream. We're going to have a nice chat today. Hi, Louise. We are going to discuss everything that we discussed this morning. I also want to discuss Riley Q and the fact that she had her Tupelo, lovely Tupelo, as a surrogate, because I just find that interesting. And we're going to just chat as well. So let's just listen to this a little bit, yeah?
Did not publicly deny the rumors that swirled around his heritage, allowing the speculation to fuel his career. After his death, DNA tests conclusively proved that he was not related to Elvis, putting to rest the rumors that had followed him throughout his life. In the early 2000s, a man named Jesse Garon Presley, named after Elvis's stillborn twin brother, claimed to be the king himself, having faked his death to escape the pressures of fame. While not a claim to be Elvis's child, this assertion added to the mythology surrounding Elvis's legacy and the possibility of unknown relatives. The claim was met with skepticism, as no credible evidence was presented to support it, and it was largely dismissed by both the public and experts. Who do we believe? While these so-called love children might insist that Elvis had secret romances with their parents, let's get real. From the moment Elvis hit the big time to the day he left the building, every detail of his life was tracked more closely than a cat video on the internet. I mean, come on, the king couldn't even go to war without it making headlines. And that is why we know that Elvis's first love was his high school sweetheart, Dixie Locke, whom he dated till after graduating. When Elvis was still a rising star, he had a fling with June Wanico, the only girl his mother ever gave the thumbs up to. But according to June herself, she never had sex with Presley. In her book, Elvis in the Twilight of Memory, she confessed she was too scared of getting pregnant. Several people have noted that Elvis busied his evenings with various girlfriends, or that his list of one-night stands would fill volumes. Actress Anne Helm, for example, has said that Presley really liked sex. She also claimed that Elvis loved the flouncy, yellow baby doll nightie he bought her, and that he gave her pills after their encounters. However, it's unclear if Presley actually had sexual intercourse with most of the women he dated. His early girlfriends, Judy Spreckles and June Juanico, have stated that they had no sexual relationships with him, and several women quickly moved past the potential for sexual encounters, settling into comfortable friendships instead. Spreckles, singer Betty Amos, hairstylist Patty Perry, and others close to Presley all took on sisterly roles for Elvis, despite June Juanico claiming no sexual relationship with Elvis. She did say in an interview for the movie Elvis 1956, "I will not say what happened between us. It is personal." Byron Raphael and Alana Nash have also stated that the star would never put himself inside one of these girls, for various reasons. Despite being surrounded by flocks of teenage girls, Elvis finally settled down in 1967 and married Priscilla Presley. When Priscilla was 22, they had a daughter named Lisa Marie. Since Elvis's death, though, it's like the floodgates opened, with women crawling out of the woodwork claiming they had epic love stories with the king. Most of these were just acquaintances or brief flings blown way out of proportion. Juanico even points the finger at Elvis's manager, Colonel Thomas Parker, accusing him of pushing Elvis to date gorgeous women just for the publicity. Presley's estate, Graceland, a sprawling mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, became the physical embodiment of his legacy, attracting millions of visitors each year. But beyond the gates of this rock and roll sanctuary, a complex legal battle was brewing. Elvis Presley's will, drafted in 1972, named his father, Vernon Presley, as the executor and trustee. Upon Vernon's death in 1979, Elvis's ex-wife, Priscilla Presley, and the National Bank of Commerce in Memphis took over the reins. The primary beneficiary was Elvis's only recognized child, Lisa Marie Presley, who would inherit the estate upon reaching the age of 25. However, the ink had barely dried on the will when disputes began to surface. The Presley estate was valued at several $millions, but it was burdened with significant debt and tax obligations. The management of the estate, led by Priscilla, made a series of savvy business decisions that not only cleared the debts, but also turned Graceland into a lucrative tourist attraction, ensuring the financial stability of Lisa Marie's inheritance. As the estate grew in value, so did the number of individuals coming out of the woodwork, claiming to be Elvis's offspring and therefore potential heirs to his fortune. During Deborah Presley's case in 1989, Priscilla Presley, Elvis's ex-wife and a co-executor of his estate at the time, was named as a co-defendant and denied all allegations. They argued that there was insufficient evidence to substantiate her assertions, and that without definitive proof, such as DNA evidence, the court should not alter the distribution of Elvis's estate as outlined in his will and managed by the trust. The court ruling did not address whether Deborah was Elvis's illegitimate child, as it was deemed irrelevant. The judge ruled that even if Deborah were Elvis's daughter, she would not be eligible for inheritance because she was not his lawful daughter. The judge stated, only those children born in lawful wedlock to Mr. Presley are entitled to inherit from and through him, and that Lisa Marie Presley is the only such child. Deborah later married Christian Brando, son of legendary actor Marlon Brando, in 2004, but their marriage was annulled in June 2005. The controversy didn't end with Deborah. Over the years, several others have claimed to be the children of Elvis, each with their own tales and supposed proof of their lineage. Some, either by hook or crook, just wanted to put their name in the will. The question of inheritance is actually the hardest nut to crack. Under Tennessee law, for an unrecognized child to have a claim to an estate, they must provide irrefutable proof of paternity. This typically requires substantial evidence, including DNA testing, which, in the case of the deceased, can be a significant legal hurdle. Moreover, the timing of the claims is critical, as Tennessee imposes a statute of limitations on inheritance claims. This legal clock starts ticking from the moment of the alleged parent's death. Claimants have a finite window in which to present their case, and failure to act within this time frame can result in the permanent forfeiture of any potential claim to the estate. The Presley estate has remained vigilant in its defense against these claims, maintaining that Lisa Marie is the sole heir to Elvis's legacy. The estate's lawyers have consistently argued that the claims of alleged love children are unfounded and lack the necessary legal standing to warrant a share of the fortune. The quest for a piece of the Presley estate is not just a matter of stepping forward and declaring oneself an heir. It is a legal challenge that strikes fear into the hearts of the most seasoned lawyers. When it comes to celebrity estates like that of Elvis Presley, the stakes are sky high, and the legal scrutiny is intense. For any alleged love child, the battle to claim a share of the inheritance comes with a lot of obstacles, the foremost being the establishment of paternity. In the case of Elvis Presley, his mortal remains have...
Let me just pause that bit. So, I mean, quite a good video, actually. It's by Ari on YouTube. I'm still gonna play the last few minutes of it, but actually it does bring something to mind. And I just want to say, hi guys, it's Defending Elvis Presley. My name's Louis. I'm a lifelong Elvis fan. I'm in Southwest UK with Team Elvis. We defend Elvis and his bloodline at the moment. Very important. We are there for Lisa Marie Presley. God rest her soul. Obviously, since the release of the book From Here to the Great Unknown, this is like what everyone's talking about. This is world news. Very serious. Yeah, I take every word in this book very seriously. It isn't all serious. There's some good humor, some light humor. I've been bit by bit, I've been getting through this book. I think audio wise, I've heard probably all of it, but reading wise, only certain bits. And so it does, now that this lady here, Ari, she's just reminded me of something. So obviously we know about this situation that now Bridget Cruz, the auctioneer, and she's in a legal dispute with Priscilla Presley. Yeah, it's been going on for quite a while. Bridget Cruz has been on our show 3 times. She's actually discussed things with us right here 3 times. And you have to go back to find them on my live streams. If you want to find them, just go back, guys, you'll find them. Yeah. Now, this is a big deal, this. Now, it does seem to me like some kind of dispute has come up where I heard Amy Collett was discussing it on our 24-hour Defending Elvis Presley chat page. So on Messenger, we have a chat on the Facebook Messenger. So if you guys want to join it, you go to Defending Elvis Presley, you join, and then you can join in with the chat. You can exchange your pictures and videos and photos, and you can get to know each other. You can just say to each other whatever you want to do. Talk about Elvis 24 hours. And I was just reading the chat now, and Amy's on there. Amy is one of our researchers. She's excellent. We love Amy Collett. We really love her. Her research is important to us. And I can hear you guys chatting about it. Obviously, the jury's out. You know, do we believe that there is a secret grandchild of Elvis Presley or a great-grandchild of Elvis and Priscilla Presley? Yeah, who knows? And don't forget, Elvis and Priscilla had divorced. So how does that work? Now, the thing that it made me think just now is, well, and I'm going to ask you guys. All right, okay, I'll do that. Michelle, thank you. I'm going to ask you guys one question. If this is true, because I know initially most of you were like, this ain't true, this ain't true, this is not true. He doesn't have a secret grandchild in Florida. No way, no way. Initially, everyone was very defensive. No way, no way. And I understand that because that's how I felt. When I first heard it, I thought, my God, this is like crazy. This is just bullshit. Honestly, when I first heard it from you, a couple of you guys sent it to me in the middle of the night. I just thought the whole thing was crazy. Now we're starting to absorb the information. We're starting to look into the Bridget Cruz lawsuit and the countersuit from Priscilla. And Bridget Cruz is trying to prove that Priscilla does have serious reasons to go to Florida, does have links to Florida, was looking for a home in Florida, had arranged to move all her bags and luggage to Florida, which is pointing us in the direction of something is in Florida that is important. Bridget Cruz is saying that there could be a grandchild or a great-grandchild in Florida because of a donated egg. Yeah, this is all hearsay, isn't it? It's all up in the air. The egg could have come from Riley, it could have come from Lisa. So some of you guys now are starting to message me and say, oh, actually, it could be true. Where initially you were like, no way. Some of you are climbing down. My attitude to it was, well, let's just see how things unfold. Let's see what the world press are saying. Yeah. And I tell you now, guys, I've been looking. I haven't found anything. There are no videos, no shorts, except for the one I showed you. There's nothing on the news unless you guys have seen it. And also, how can I say it? Everything's gone quiet on it. Yeah. So could it be true, guys? Could it be true? Now, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not trying to, you know, disprove it because I'm angry or I'm upset. Do you know what? If there is a grandchild or great-grandchild from Elvis, and it's a boy, this is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Yeah, you know, as an Elvis fan, obviously we love Finley and Harper, of course. And of course we love Riley. Yeah, this must be a crazy day for Finley and Harper and Riley today. Finding this out, yeah, unless they already know. Unless Priscilla, well, if it's true, of course Priscilla knows. Yeah. Now, my point is this. I just want to add one thing. Does that mean, now I'm asking you guys this question because I think it's a big question. Does that mean that the inheritance, I'm ready for this one. Does that mean that the inheritance, so Graceland is not just with Riley Keough, but it's also going to be for this secret grandchild, maybe Benjamin Travolta, maybe called Benjamin, and the twins, Finley and Harper. Is it possible that there are 4 heirs to Graceland? Now, this is a big question. Guys, you answer that point. So I'll tell you what, this is going to be extremely interesting. Yep, we are going to cover that. Deborah, happy birthday to Benjamin Storm. Happy birthday. We're going to find some footage with Ben. And but I want to let this video finish, and then we're going to pay our respects to Benjamin, Lisa Marie's beautiful son, an adorable young man that she absolutely adored, and he adored her. And I can tell from Riley, the way she speaks about him, he was a beautiful, lovely, lovely guy and talented from what I hear. So happy birthday to Benjamin. Special happy birthday. Right, let me just play the last bit of this.
Parts of the most seasoned lawyers. When it comes to celebrity estates like that of Elvis Presley, the stakes are sky high and the legal scrutiny is intense. For any alleged love child, the battle to claim a share of the inheritance comes with a lot of obstacles, the foremost being the establishment of paternity. In the case of Elvis Presley, whose mortal remains have long been buried beneath the grounds of Graceland, exhuming the body for DNA testing is a highly sensitive matter, often resisted by the estate's executors and family members. Corey Cooper, an Elvis Presley historian, describes these situations as sad. He explains, these individuals are seeking a sense of belonging. It's like saying, I saw Elvis at Burger King in Kalamazoo. He's alive. Or, my mom slept with Elvis and he's my dad. Some of them receive a bit of media attention, and it gives them a moment of feeling special. The emergence of these claims coincided with a period in American culture where tabloid journalism began to reach new heights of popularity. Stories that once would have been dismissed as mere rumors found a home in the pages of sensationalist publications, which thrived on the public's appetite for the extraordinary. The possibility of undiscovered children of Elvis Presley fit perfectly into this narrative, offering a tantalizing mix of conspiracy, scandal, and the allure of hidden truths. In examining the motivations behind these claims, you have to consider the broader cultural context. Elvis Presley was not just a musician. He was a symbol of the American dream, a rags-to-riches story that resonated with millions. To be connected to him was to touch a piece of history, to be part of a legacy that transcended the ordinary, finding comfort in his continuing lineage, seen as an attempt to claim a piece of that immortality. Furthermore, the potential financial gain cannot be overlooked. Elvis's estate, managed by Graceland Holdings, has turned Presley's home into a lucrative tourist attraction, generating millions of dollars annually. The allure of a possible inheritance, or the benefits that might come from being associated with the Presley name, could be a powerful motivator for those seeking to establish a connection to the king. The public has mixed reactions to these claims. Some fans want to believe that a part of Elvis lives on, often sensationalizing the claims without verifying them thoroughly. The Presley estate has consistently refuted claims of hidden offspring, often resorting to legal action to protect the Presley name from unfounded assertions. This defense is not just about preserving the factual history of Elvis's life. It's also about safeguarding the emotional connection that fans have with Elvis and his family. For many admirers, the idea of illegitimate children can tarnish the image of Elvis as a family man and a cultural icon. For the Presley family, particularly for Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's only acknowledged child, these claims can be deeply personal and distressing. They intrude upon the family's privacy and and can be seen as an affront to their heritage. The family has often had to balance their desire for privacy with the need to address these claims publicly, a task that can be emotionally taxing and distracting from their own lives and endeavors. That brings us to the end of this video. For more interesting videos like this, click on the card on your screen.
Just grab hold on it anywhere.
Well, it's no secret that Elvis was quite the player during...
Okay, well, that was actually really good. She speaks fast, doesn't she? Right, let's just... Now, what I want to do... Right, I'm going to play Michelle's voice message. Let me just see if it's come through. Yeah, Michelle. We're going to put you on the spot, Michelle. Now, the question I asked... Now, I just want to reiterate, happy birthday, Benjamin Storm. Happy birthday. We all send you love, and I'm going to try and find some footage here. So the question I asked really is, do you guys believe it? Do you guys believe it? Can any of you answer now? Do any of you believe this headline breaking news that is coming out at the moment? And from the sounds of it, it's been caused by Bridget Cruz because of this lawsuit. She's trying to prove that Priscilla has these links to Florida. One of her ways of proving it is saying there's a possibility that Elvis and Priscilla have a secret grandchild. Now, we haven't worked out yet if the grandchild is from an egg that was donated to John Travolta and Kelly Preston from Lisa or from Riley. It could be possible that it isn't John Travolta. We don't know, do we? The boy in question, Benjamin Travolta, he's underage, so I don't want to go into that too much. I'm more, hi Louise, hi Jane. I'm more just, you know, everything is maybe, everything is, we're being like, it's hard to say, hi Debbie. Together, we're just going to discuss it as fans at home. Remember, we're no experts. Yeah, I'm just Louis having his cup of tea. We're you guys. And what do I know? But it's very interesting. And it's got, at the moment, it's only just come out, hasn't it? So you haven't had all the news companies all jump on it yet. I wonder if they will. I wonder if they will. Do you think that the news companies are going to grab this and run with it? Or is it going to be a bit hush-hush, brushed under the carpet and ignored? Which is how we feel at the moment with the Michael Edwards allegations of abuse towards Lisa Marie that she's put in her book, that Riley Keough also kept in the book. We must remember that. Riley Keough kept it in the book and is promoting it around the world. So Riley Keough wants everyone to know about the Michael Edwards alleged abuse. Is this the same thing? It does seem to have gone very quiet, this situation with Michael Edwards. We're infuriated. We want this Michael Edwards allegations out there so we can get justice for Lisa Marie. Now, is this going to happen with this as well? Bridget Cruz has used this really to get attention, to try and sway people to look at her lawsuit with Priscilla and the countersuit claiming elder abuse. Is this going to just disappear and go away, or will this be headline news tomorrow or today? At the moment, I'm not seeing anything. Have any of you seen anything? Right, I'm going to play. Hi, everyone. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Michael. Okay, I'm just going to play Michelle's. It's a bit on the spot for Michelle. Now, I don't know what's going to be on it, but the question was, do you believe it? Do you believe these allegations of a possible grandchild or great-grandchild of Priscilla and Elvis, yeah, that may have come from Lisa, from an egg donated from either Lisa or Riley, possibly to John Travolta, to Kelly Preston. Obviously, they were very, very close, and they're closely linked at Scientology as well, aren't they? So let's just play it, guys.
Okay, you put me on the spot here. What do I think? Well, after reading all the court papers, I actually believe that there's got to be some value in it. I think that Bridget Cruz has said this out of spite. and I noticed that Amy sort of said more or less the same, that Bridget Cruz has been disclosing things right the way through, dropping little bombshells here and there. And this is more than a little bombshell, it's a huge bomb. I wouldn't like to speculate over the fact of it being Ben Travolta, because I haven't found anything to evidence that at all. And I think it's incredibly sad in a way that it's come out this way, because I do believe that, and I got it wrong. I put in there it was Lisa. It was actually Riley that was supposed to have donated the egg. And if she did, I think it came from no more complex a place than she was very friendly with a couple who obviously couldn't get pregnant naturally for one reason or another. Maybe they had in the past and something had changed over the years. I don't know. But she would have given that egg, and it was just an egg out of pure love, nothing more than that. Love for her friends. And I think if we all sort of look long and hard, there may have been a time when a lot of us would have done the same. I certainly would have done if it had been, when I was of an age to donate eggs. If I'd had friends in that situation, I would have done that. Definitely for very close friends, without a shadow of a doubt. I wouldn't have had to think twice if somebody had come to me and said, or I realised that they were struggling to offer. I think that maybe the reason that Riley has been silent is because perhaps Priscilla's been holding this over her as well. It's all a bit of a mess, really, and I don't know what else to say other than I don't think we can just dismiss it. It's quite likely. Whether it should have come through the media the way it should have done, well, that's another matter altogether. I do agree with a lot of people that maybe it shouldn't be discussed all over the place. I don't know. Having said that, it is going to be, whether we like it or not, it will be. I just think it needs to be done sensitively and make sure that it does not damage anybody's. I don't see how it would damage anybody's view of Riley. I just think it's a wonderful gift that she's given, if indeed it's all true. Would I view that child to be a grandchild of Elvis? No, I wouldn't. It was an egg that was donated to a family. That child, the child that may or may not have come from that, then needs to be left with his family, and that respect needs to be shown. I certainly would not be viewing it as Elvis' grandchild. And I think that, in my personal opinion, we'd be wrong to think of that child other than belonging to its parents, to its family. But again, that's just my view.
Brilliant. Loved it. I tell you what, Michelle, don't be shy about that. Don't let your insecurities make you think there's anything wrong with that. That was a brilliant message. Voicemail. Your voice sounds great, and every word you said made a lot of sense. Made a lot of sense. Thought it was great. Really liked it. Actually agree with all of it. Obviously, we are still just speculating, guys. I can see that Michelle clearly thinks that it's probably true. I can also tell that Michelle thinks it's definitely Riley that donated the egg. Again, we don't know. We don't know. We're all guessing. Now, Deborah mentioned that it could be true because it's a court document. Well, Deborah, even though you are extremely decent and honest, I think when it comes to lawsuits, there's a lot of lying going on. Who can lie the most? Who has the best lawyer? So we don't know it's true. Now, I'll give you my take on it, guys. I'm 50-50. Like I did notice Amy Collett. I don't know if she's watching. She may be. She sat on the fence. She doesn't want to go one way or the other, and I agree with that. And I'll tell you why. Because I don't think enough information has come out. We've got Bridget Cruz, and I'm going to have to reread the main part of Bridget Cruz's information that has been one of these few of these media companies have picked up on it. I'm going to read it in a minute because I think we have to go over it again because it's too important. It's quite a big day, isn't it? If this is true, this is a big deal. I think the more I absorb it, the knock-on effect of this being true, if it is massive, because it does mean that that person will be looked at as Elvis's only grandson or great-grandson. Yeah, because Paul Benjamin, God rest his soul, has passed away. And it's typical that this information has come out to the world really on the day of Benjamin's birthday, Benjamin's dawn. So probably quite odd for the family. And obviously it's a very heartfelt day today for Riley and the twins, Philly and Harper, because it's their brother. And even Priscilla, even with our complicated views on Priscilla, come on, she loves her grandson. So it's a tough day for Priscilla as well. You know, she is a human being. Must be very, very tough losing a grandson. And so I just think I want some more feedback from people that are behind the scenes, that are closer to what is happening here. Because yes, we've had this one release and then some of the press have taken it up and created their storylines to cover it. It all comes from the Bridget Cruz thing. And I would like maybe a statement from Riley, yeah, or Priscilla, just something that gives us some kind of insight. So if Riley, for example, comes out and says this is just bullshit, I categorically deny that there's any truth to this, then we can all just sit back down and go, oh, this is just silliness. But if that, all right, just doing it live, guys. But if all right, hi Joe. But if that's Giovanni, my 14-year-old boy. When are you 15? 15 in February. But if this turns out to be true, yeah, this is like for the Elvis legacy, the Elvis world. This is big, guys. This is like he's heir to Graceland. Yeah, he's carrying the blood of Elvis Presley. I'm not going to say his name anymore. I don't want to make this about who it is because he's underage. I don't want to talk about children on here. We all know who it is because it's already in the press. Anybody needs to find out who we're talking about, who the father is, blah, 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 who the mother is. The bit that we are unsure about is, was it Riley or Lisa? Was it? Now, Michelle, can I just ask you, why do you think it's Riley and not Lisa? Why do you think it's Riley and not Lisa? Can I ask you that question? And I'm just going to check your messages and see what you guys are saying. Let's have a look. So guys, give me your opinions while we're going through this and I can read them out. If anyone wants to send me another voicemail on Messenger, go ahead. So here, Louise is saying that Riley was 20. Now, I haven't seen that yet. Did you, Louise, did you read that somewhere? That Riley was 20 when this may have happened? Let's have a look. I did search of Ben. Right. I'm going to try and not use the name because I just don't think we should. There are pics out there with him having blonde hair and round face like Lisa and Ben. Well, I'll be honest. I've looked at the pictures and I think this person in question looks exactly like the mother. Yeah. So We're all going to have different opinions on that, aren't we, guys? Hi, Crystal. Quite a combination. Lisa's daughter, right. So we are just speculating. I do think it's quite touchy at the moment. I think some people are like, we shouldn't really be talking about this. But there's other people thinking, well, do you know what? Everyone else is going to talk about it. This is going to be all over the news. Yeah. And if we don't talk about it, everyone else is going to. Oh, I get it, Louise. Yeah. But if we relate that back to Lisa, and so let's just think, she was 54 when she passed, so she'd be 56. So Lisa would have been 43, around that, yeah. You're still creating eggs, so it still could be Lisa, couldn't it? It could be. To me, it actually makes more sense that it's Lisa, and I'll tell you why. Because of the way that Bridget Cruz, her press release makes it sound like it's Lisa. So at the moment, Riley would have, well, hi Amy, Riley saying it would have been 21, 22, yeah. But, which is, and I'm guessing Amy, hi Amy Collett, and I'm guessing that would have made Lisa in her 40s. So I would say that the write-up I read from Bridget Cruz, I'm going to try and find it again, insinuated it was Lisa. Amy, do you, just now that you've joined us, Amy's our favorite researcher. Amy, can I, if you don't mind me putting you on the spot, do you think it's Lisa or Riley? Do you think it's Lisa or Riley? Or do you want to just sit on the fence with that? Yeah, Joe, I read, from the bit I read, it sounded like she was pointing at Lisa. Don't forget, there's a possibility here that Bridget Cruz is lying. Yeah, Bridget Cruz, you know, she's a very interesting Colonel Tom Parker character, larger than life. Yeah. Now, don't forget, there are issues here with possible alleged misconduct to do with the selling of items, Elvis Presley items, and Priscilla allegedly drawing letters up, verifying these items, letters of verification, auctioning these items in GWS auction. So, guys, we're talking about business, the business world here. There's dodgy dealings going on. So, allegedly, for speculation purposes, we don't know that we can trust Bridget Cruz. We don't. But this is obviously just opinions for entertainment purposes. Now, let me try and find, I'm going to try and find, let's have a look, the write-up, because I do think we need to read it again. Obviously, not everyone has watched, has watched the earlier live stream that we did together. So let's have a look. You know, I mean, I'm reading the comments here, yeah, on the Defending 24/7 chat, yeah. It's like you got, and you know, people are a bit shocked, aren't they? People are a bit. Some people, I would say, initially when I first started speaking about it earlier on the first live stream, some people were actually offended. They were offended by it. The fact that I'd said this and that I was sharing this, but now I've had people message me saying, "Oh, do you know what? You might be right." And I'm going to read a message to you guys. Let me just check the comments. Lisa was in her 40s and had fertility problems as well. This is Amy Collett. She wouldn't have been a viable candidate. Okay, but Amy, this thing I say to that is because you can be fertile in your 40s, and I understand what you're saying. She had problems, but the thing I say to you, Amy, is can you just let them in, please, you? That might be the kids coming back. All right, just tell Mum I'm still live. I'm going to come off. I might have to come off in a minute. But the thing I'm saying to you guys, yeah, go on, mate. Yeah, here it is. Right, 1 second, guys. Right, right here. Right. Is it pretty charged? Yeah, yes, it is. Right, I'm still live at the moment. I thought you were going to be ages. The family is back. Let me just let the dogs out. Right, I'll just, right, a few more minutes and I'll wrap it up, yeah? Right, come on then, over here. You going to work in a minute? God, is it that time already? My God, it's 20 past 3. It's 20 past 3 in the UK. So I'm going to carry on because, right, Tino, shh. So, I've lost my train of thought now. Let me just check the last message. Oh, yes. Now, what I'm saying is that if you go by Bridget Cruz's thing, it does hint that it's Lisa. It does. I mean, Amy would have read that. Do you see what I'm saying, Amy? That it does hint that it's Lisa, even though I know that you're leaning towards it being Riley. And do you know what? I'm not saying it's not Riley. I think there's a good chance that it's Riley. Yeah. If anything, maybe more of a chance that it's Riley. But the Bridget Cruz thing is hinting at Lisa. This is how it's coming across. Now, I wanted to read a couple of the comments. Yeah. So initially, I had a few of you guys message me saying, there's no way, this is rubbish. You know, some people were quite upset. Yeah. So, yes, Amy, you're going off Aaron's YouTube post, which I don't know if you've seen it, Amy, but we played all of it this morning. It's a good 20 minutes, and I played all of it. Yeah. And yes, you're right. He is more hinting that it's Riley. Yeah, he is. I really like Aaron. Yeah, he's got a brilliant YouTube channel. We know that he's massive following, completely against Scientology, has gone through hell in his life with Scientology. I've got a lot of respect for Aaron. So I'm trying to jump between Aaron's post, the Bridget Cruz post. There was a short, a lady did a short. She based her post more on Bridget Cruz's post. I'm going to read Julie's. I don't know if she's on here, but Julie sent me a comment. Now, Julie initially, let's find it. Obviously, I've posted a couple of shorts talking about it. Now, Julie, let me just get it up. Julie initially was actually, I think, quite offended. Julie, I think, was actually a bit offended by that we were talking about it, right? Right, so Amy says he had inside knowledge and says it was commonly known that it happened and it wasn't a secret. It was Riley. Yep, he definitely did say that, 100%. Bridget drops things intentionally and may have left the words great-grandchild out for shock factor to cause drama. Yeah, I agree with that, 100%. No one can say it's right, but no one can say it's wrong. Yeah, that's where we are, and that is Jay Govan Official. Hi, Jay. Are you new? Welcome to Team Elvis. And Riley used a surrogate so that would demonstrate, this is Crystal, that she pulled out her eggs before maybe. Okay. Now, I was going to discuss the surrogate bit a bit later on because I do want to understand why Riley used a surrogate. We've heard about the Lyme disease, and I found quite a good post that explains what Riley did. I just wanted to discuss this first. I'm not sure how long the kids are going to let me do this. I'm just going to keep going until I get told off. Yeah. So I wanted to read this comment.
Sorry.
Now, I'll be honest, you guys, at the moment, there's nothing for me to go to. There's no other video channel talking about it except for, obviously, Aaron. There's almost no information other than Bridget Cruz's press release. Yeah. So that the press have picked up on. Yeah, but only a few of them have picked up on it. So I'm a bit stabbing in the dark, to be honest with you guys. I'm a bit as we go, see as we go. Yeah. So Let's have a look. Okay, let me just get these comments up. Right, let me just get to, right. Let me just get on the video. I mean, it's quite, you know, guys, this is very sensitive. Let's go. So there's a lot of comments already. I wanted to read Julie's if I can find it. Right, Gino, you did promise me you're going to be super quiet. Okay, let me just see. It's not showing. I wanted to read Julie's out. It might be a reply. Let's have a look. No, it's not showing it. Let me just try a different way. Unless it's been deleted. Let's have a look. Let's find it, guys. Let's find it. All right, I can't find Julie's one, which is annoying because that's the one I actually wanted to read. Let me just go to the video. I'll go to the video and I will. Aha, found it. Right. So this is Julie's. Hi, Julie. I don't know if Julie's on. I hope you don't mind me reading it. Louis, when you were on the live earlier and talking about this issue, I said to myself, it probably wasn't true. Nonetheless, based on the kind of people that Lisa Marie and Riley were, I must turn what I said around and say maybe now it is indeed possible that the secret grandchild or great grandchild, because we're not sure, are we? Is it grand or great? Yeah, is indeed a possibility that I'm saying for this one reason, that is based the goodness that Riley and her mother Lisa Marie have as women. If Riley donated an egg, so obviously she thinks it's Riley, yeah? If Riley donated an egg to John Travolta, or if it was Lisa Marie, okay, I think it could very well be they were doing it to help a friend. I get that. I'm already on board with that. If this did happen, this was John Travolta had gone through tragedy. He had lost Jet at 16 years old. Obviously traumatized and heartbroken. He'd lost his son, so had Kelly Preston. And it's possible that because Lisa was with them at the funeral, she stayed with them for 2 or 3 days. I've read this at the funeral of Jet, traveled with them as well. It's possible. It says that Lisa Marie may have offered an egg. Now, did Lisa Marie offer an egg from herself or from Riley? So it's come on, guys, this is a bit out there, isn't it? Yeah. The donated egg was a gift from either Riley or Lisa Marie to them, but I tend to think it may be Riley, which is what Amy thinks. And they did it out of love and caring for their friend who was suffering from pain of loss. Now, we know that John Travolta and Lisa Marie and Kelly Preston were very, very close. Very, very close. We know, I mean, I do have a thing here where I worry about John Travolta because he does seem to be the person that properly introduced Priscilla and Lisa Marie to Scientology. You know, guys, I'm completely against Scientology. So my thing with John Travolta is a bit, if he's recruiting people for Scientology, you know, way back then, that worries me. Where his stance is now with Scientology, I have no idea. Someone put that he's got 1 foot out the door. John Travolta, 1 foot out the door when it comes to Scientology. Is that true? I don't know. So someone mentioned that if it had been Tom Cruise and Lisa Marie wants out of Scientology, he would have completely disowned Lisa. But John Travolta, when Lisa Marie decided to get out of Scientology, and take her kids with her, John Travolta remained friends with her, stayed very, very close with her. We know that John Travolta brokered the agreement between Riley and Priscilla when Priscilla contested the Lisa Marie's wishes after her death on who would own Gracelands. Yeah, so John Travolta has been heavily involved with the Presleys for decades and decades. So I would say John Travolta to them is a very close family friend, and Kelly Preston. So they would have been, you know, Lisa would have been affected by Jet's death just as much as almost as much as John and Kelly. Kelly's so beautiful. I'm so gutted that she died from breast cancer, which is just heartbreaking. I watched Kelly Preston as a young kid, always thought she was adorable. I've always enjoyed her movies. She just seems like a beautiful person. So to die at 57 is horrific. And I think they lost, I'm just trying to get the age right. I think, didn't they? I think that they had Ben at 47, I think. Or maybe the egg was donated at 47. I'm guessing a bit, guys. But anyway, so the donated egg was a gift from either Riley or Lisa Marie to them. But I tend to think that it may be, and if they did out of love and caring for their friends who were suffering from a pain loss, a new baby would be not a wonderful gift, but a true blessing for John and Kelly. Yeah, they were going through hell, guys, who had just lost their teenage son, Jet, which is just heartbreaking. I take back what I said to you earlier. It was all that it was all bullshit, because initially Julie was like, oh, no way. Yeah, few of you were like that. I think now that I was wrong, and there's probably is truth to this story, which is what Michelle was saying. Yeah, Michelle has climbed down and gone, do you know what? Sometimes we do need to just let ourselves calm, take a breath, absorb the facts, and then we start to formulate a different opinion. I've noticed that on many topics that we come up with here. You get an initial people being defensive, but then when they calm down, people tend to change. Let's have a look. It is truth to this, right? There probably is truth to this story based on the exceptional woman that Lisa Marie and Riley were as the mother and daughter of Ben Travolta. All right, mate, but I'm doing it live. I can make you a sandwich in a minute. Ben, yeah, okay, I'll make you one. It's fine. Ben Travolta is probably Riley's biological son. Again, we're just guessing. We don't know that. And if it's true, that's a good thing for all involved. I agree. Come on, Elvis's grandson or great-grandson, come on. Right, Tina, turn that down. It's too loud now. That's a good thing for all involved. Elvis lost his other grandson, Ben, who was Lisa's son, I know. And if this other Ben is his great-grandson. Yeah, so the difference is if it's Lisa's grandson, if it's Riley's great-grandson. This is what I don't think we're 100% on yet, are we? I think that the president needs to acknowledge him as being Riley's son. Well, I don't think we're ready for that yet, Julie's. I don't think Julie's is on. I don't think we're quite ready for telling the family how to acknowledge people and all that. I think, you know, this has only just come out, but I get your point. I think the president, right, let's have a look. Elvis is great. I also think the boy needs to know his mother, Riley. Again, we're jumping the gun, guys. You know, that's a bit too much at the moment. I think it's for the family to decide if this is true. It's the families, John Travolta's family, Riley's family, Lisa's, you know, you get what I'm saying. It's their family. We're just fans. We're just fans. We have no right to say anything, do we? It's none of our business. It's not our, you know, we're not related to these people. We're just speaking as fans. If anything, we're being very nosy, aren't we? Yeah, we're sort of getting involved in something that is their business. But of course, we defend Elvis Presley. We make it our business. Because she is his natural mother. Well, we don't know that yet, but it could be Lisa or Riley, but I see your point. If it is indeed true, this is the big thing here, and he should get to know his biological mother since his other mother is deceased. Again, not our place to say, jumping the gun, but a very interesting comment, Julie. It's very interesting. Thank you. Yeah. So after reading all that, do you guys have anything to comment? Because that was quite, from a fan, quite an intrusive comment. I don't mean that as an insult. That was very, like, you know, strong views on how things should be dealt with by the family. I'm just quickly checking your comments, guys. Right. I think we should read the news clip first, quickly. We've been on nearly an hour, which I can't, well, no, we've been on over an hour, which I can't believe. Right? I feel like I've only just started. Let me just check. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to find, right, Tina, just turn it down a bit more, please. Thank you. Right, let's find it. Yes, I'm going to do it now. I think I'm going to make him a sandwich. So I wanted to see if I could find. I did a Benjamin tribute because it's his birthday. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it. Ah, here we go. I wanted to. I'll play this while I Right, guys, I'm going to play this. It's going to be a bit sad. Might make a few of you tearful, but it gives me a chance to make him a sandwich. I just want to, before I log out, I wanted to read that Bridget Cruz thing again. I think we need to, and I wanted to just quickly touch on the fact that Riley had a surrogate child, just so we understand it a bit as well. So this is going to be a bit sad. It's obviously Benjamin Storm's birthday, yeah. So this is tribute to him. If it's going to work. Right, here we go. Right, Tina, just don't know, it's way too low. Can I do it? Fine, no. I'll just take it out. I'll make you something. All right. You cut it wrong? You cut it wrong? Like, and we need to move up, okay? Just use water as well. I'll point it to you. I'm coming up, maybe 5 minutes left. Very sad, guys. Unfortunately, I have to go because we're going to walk the dogs. But come on, guys, that is heart-wrenching. That is heart-wrenching. Probably made a few of you a bit tearful. So I'm going to have to go. We're going to walk the dogs, and I'll come back later, hopefully, and do one more live stream. We've got so much more to go through, guys. But thank you for joining me. I'll see you all later, guys. And thanks a lot. You take care. I'm going to run off, walk these dogs, and we still got so much more to go through. And thanks everyone that joined in. It means a lot. Thanks, guys. I've got to shoot off. Take care, everyone. Love to all of you.